All right, I'm the flatratemaster, and well, this is not an easy subject to talk about, but it's a good learning experience for those in my audience. So this video is really important if you have aging parents, grandparents, or you yourself are getting up there in age. Now we're going to talk about why this is important in a minute, but a little bit of background. Now, what I'm about to talk about is the reason I haven't been putting out any content, but let's get into the background of why. My mother-in-law has been living with us for the past over a decade. About 2.5 years ago, she fell and broke her hip. And after that fall and reconstruction of her hip, she developed symptoms of Alzheimer's dementia. Now, not long after she came back, was after rehab, we hired a nurse. That nurse, she was still able to get around, took her to the bank to pay her, even though we'd already told my mother-in-law that we would be paying the nurse, not her. She went to the bank and, well, not sure whether the nurse was manipulating her or the dementia kicking in, but she was trying to empty out her bank account, actually empty out her bank account and her savings account. Now, luckily, and this is part of the reason why I'm making this video, my wife is on that account. The bankers are trained for this kind of manipulation. They called my wife and she immediately shut down, no, don't release the funds, etc. And in this country, getting a diagnosis of dementia sucks. It took us 6 months to get her an appointment to go in to be tested for dementia. After we got her in there, they confirmed she has front temporal dementia. Now, I'm saying all this stuff to give you background. We've been living with this for 2.5 years. Over the course of the dementia, she's fallen multiple times, broken fingers, and her mobility has gotten worse and worse. Over the course of the 2.5 years, she got more and more reliant on help. She had to be told to eat. You know, you had to put food in front of her. If you didn't, she wouldn't eat. If you asked her, she said no, she wasn't hungry. She could no longer operate a television, stuff like that. She was degrading. Well, about 2.5 weeks ago, she fell in the bathroom onto a hard tile surface and shattered her other hip. She went to the hospital. They put her hip back together. And we were setting up for her to go back into a rehab facility to learn how to walk again. And my daughter was visiting her, and well, it went from rehab to hospice. If you don't know what hospice is, it's basically care for the end of someone's life. And well, she came home on hospice. Now, as I'm making this video, she is actually in respite care, which is a respite for the families. Our situation is my wife is in Texas with my son because her father, they divorced a long time ago, just came out of a nursing home. He's also having problems. I'm actually home alone for the first time in a long time. She is in respite care. My wife and son are in Texas. My daughter is on her way to Ohio with her fiance and his family to go watch a football game. So I'm actually here alone. That's why I'm able to make this video. The thing about it is with hospice is there's a lot of care involved and a lot of medicines that have to be given. She's no longer able to take pills. Everything has to be liquid. They give her a lot of medicine to ease the pain. She is difficult to move, etc. And she's really not so much there anymore. The reason I talk about all this stuff is my mother-in-law actually did things right. My wife has a durable power of attorney, so she was able to make medical decisions for my mother-in-law, and she also set up a DNR. She has a do not resuscitate. The reason I'm talking about this, because my mother-in-law did things right, We were able to provide her with care. Because of HIPAA laws, communication about medical services is extremely limited. Without a durable power of attorney, you can't find out anything. They can't tell you anything. And so it's really important that you get stuff like that set up for your loved ones. Obviously, you don't want to enact it until absolutely necessary, but a lot of baby boomers are getting into that age where dementia, Alzheimer's, etc. is going to be very prevalent, and they will no longer be able to make life choices for themselves. My mother-in-law can't make those decisions. My wife has to. And that's why I'm making this video, is because it's really important for your parents to have this kind of setup for whoever's closest. Obviously, if you live across the country and your sister is right there, she should have power of attorney, not just for financial stakes, but medical. Financial stuff, obviously, that's, personal, but if they are no longer able to make decisions about their care, so you need to go see the correct people to set this kind of stuff up in a way that is good for everyone involved. Because at the end of their life, they're probably not going to be able to make decisions that they need to. And it goes on to the kids. So just kind of a PSA about the importance of this kind of stuff, because, I can tell you it sucks going through it. My parents passed away in 99 and 2004. I didn't need any of this kind of stuff for them. So it's unfortunately, aging parents, you're going to need some kind of documentation to make sure they can get the care they need. I know this isn't automotive based. It's just life, but I've always done life kind of stuff on the channel. So I hope this video was helpful. As always, thanks for watching. I am the Flat Rate Master.